Hi, it's Danielle from VA Lifestyle Design. What I want to chat with you about today is paying attention to trends that you observe in the online marketing space. In particular, when influencers, when online marketing teachers are sharing recommendations for the tools and the software systems that they're using with your potential clients, with business owners, whether they have offline bricks and mortar businesses or online business owners in, training, information products, coaches, authors, that type of thing. There's this collection of big names, so to speak, influencers that are teaching online marketing strategy. And so there was a situation this week, well, not a situation, but a story that I want to share with you, just as an example of this type of thing, of being able to pay attention to the trends, preempt where changes might be coming in terms of the uptake and the demand for particular software tools, and kind of align yourself and your skills and your learning and development with that, with the goal of being able to either up-level your client base in terms of being able to work with more profitable, stable clients, in terms of being able to increase your opportunities to make a connection and reach out with new clients, by saying you understand how to use these tools, etc. And having your awareness on what's going on in the industry as a whole in terms of, the software systems, the tools, what's popular, what's frustrating people, what people are excited about. Even if you're not across every tool in terms of your skills development, having the big picture just really helps you to foresee where those opportunities are. So I think I've kind of painted the picture of the why there. So the story that happened this week, basically right now, or depending on when you're watching this, or when I'm recording this, the e-commerce tool called Samcart is actually in the middle of a very large launch. They've been around for a while. It's an absolutely fantastic tool. But they're taking the opportunity now to kind of relaunch, get exposure to a new set of business owners, our potential clients. And in that process, they're collaborating with quite a number of big name referral partners that are using and absolutely loving the tool. And they're promoting this Samcart launch, and they're outright recommending to people or sharing their experience with people of how much that's actually improved their business, their results, their conversions, their ease of use, the ability to have team members implementing that without, going into extensive investments in custom coding and all that kind of thing. And so a couple of stories there. So first of all, Amy Porterfield. Amy Porterfield, if you're brand new to this online business space and you haven't heard about Amy Porterfield as yet, go and look her up. She's a fantastic trainer in terms of online marketing strategy, in particular around Facebook advertising and webinars, but a whole range of things as well. And she sent out an email about Samcart during this launch week that we're in right now, and shared that she has just transferred over all her products and her order forms, her digital online information products, into the Samcart system to make use of their checkout pages, despite the fact that she had prior to that invested thousands upon thousands of dollars. If I remember the number correctly, it was in excess of $30,000 in just custom development and coding of custom Infusionsoft order forms and having those implemented. Now, Amy Porterfield has the best, or had the best looking Infusionsoft order forms I've ever seen, and that's in large part due to the focus and the investment that she put into that. But even so, she has made this decision to transfer over into Samcart. And the important part of the story that I want to share with you is that after doing so, she's outright recommending that to her very, very large audience of our potential clients as service providers, the business owners that are looking to up-level their marketing, grow their profitability, hire a virtual team to help them continue growing, etc. And so when something like that happens, I ding, ding, ding on my radar, okay, this is interesting. Now, in this case, because I already had about a year's worth of experience with Samcart and really loved the tool, I was able to marry up that personal experience of going, okay, this is a really good user experience, this is fantastic, etc. I was able to marry that up with what an influencer is saying and communicating out as their recommendation and go, okay, right, well, I love the tool and influencers love the tool despite the fact that they've got large investments in other tools. Okay, there must be something here. All right, I'm going to have this on my radar for my potential clients, for connecting with new clients, etc. And you can do the same. And then the second thing was, in this particular story, Stu McLaren, if you're new to the online business world, Stu McLaren is a huge leader, influencer in the space of creating membership sites and teaching online business owners how to do that, they might, clients potentially have courses and are looking to transfer into a membership site model. He is a high-level trainer for that information. He actually created the WordPress membership site plugin called Wishlist Member, but now is predominantly training people how to do that. And again, Stu McLaren sent out a email promoting Samcart during their launch this week, and shared that, he had just previously done a big launch himself internally in his own business, and he'd nearly made this huge mistake. He had made an assumption, which if you work with Infusionsoft, I'm sure I've definitely made this assumption, and I know a lot of people have, is that he made the assumption that the system that he was using, he didn't outright say it was Infusionsoft, but I dare say it was, because he uses Infusionsoft for email marketing, that he found out at the 11th hour that it doesn't in fact integrate with Stripe. It's a very easy mistake to make because Infusionsoft integrates with every other merchant account provider under the sun, and for whatever reason they're being a bit old school about, I don't know why, but just not integrating with Stripe. And so understandably he found that out at the last minute, was able to definitely needed to use Stripe in their business to process payments for this particular launch, and was able to transfer quickly into Samcart for a very large multi-million-dollar launch. Absolutely loved it, absolutely had a fantastic experience. And now that important part that I was showing before, outright broadcasting, recommending, promoting that fact to his very large audience that he has that authoritative influence over, which are our potential clients. So you see something like that happen in a couple of weeks. Of course, you would assume that they are affiliate partners. They probably get a commission. But the thing to be aware, well, I dare say they would. That's how come it's getting email space in their calendar, etc. But the other part of it is that it's because when influential people that are training online business owners recommend something like that, very, very rarely, I'd say 99.9% of the time, they're only doing it because they're absolutely passionate about it and they genuinely believe it's going to help their audience. They're not just promoting it because they're going to get an affiliate commission out of it, even if that would eventuate. So that's a long way about saying, pay attention when an influential person is recommending tools. And you can be subscribing to these online marketing trainers, to their email list, to see when these emails are coming out, to see if there's some correlation between when a change in the industry is taking place, even if you aren't at the stage of wanting to actually learn online marketing strategy. So what do I mean by that? The course that I teach, the Online Biz Skills, a big part of my motivation in creating that training was because I saw this need to get the message out there that as a service provider, as a virtual assistant, or as a freelancer, there's this huge opportunity to be well paid as a proactive support person long before, or even if you never decide to become a marketing consultant or a marketing expert or a strategist or what have you. And so if you're learning skills, if you're learning implementation skills, you can absolutely have your focus on learning those technical implementation things, and you can become a support person that way, and you can be paid an hourly rate or start to expand your business. But so when you're subscribing to this extension training, this strategic training, learning how to think through something methodically from a marketing perspective, not from an implementation perspective, even if you don't want to focus there yet, even if you're not wanting to learn all the strategy, but you just want to put your focus on the skills because that's where you're at in the industry, and I totally relate to that, then that's completely fine, because what you can do is as you subscribe to these influencers that are teaching marketing strategy, you can have your radar A for these types of emails that are talking about tools and software and recommendations like I just shared, or B for when they're announcing that they are hiring or they're looking for new team members. And both happen frequently when you're just skimming those emails without feeling like you need to study every strategy, because you don't, as I said, need to be a strategist or a marketing expert or have experience to start being a skilled, proactive implementer. But what you can do is when you subscribe yourself to these lists, the same online marketing training influencers that your potential clients are following, studying from, wanting to implement the same things to get the same results, then that's going to have your radar wide open and you're able to adjust either your study, your skills development, or where you put your focus in reaching out to new potential clients or offering additional services to existing clients. So I really hope that helps. And that's I kind of wanted to share that more just from a general perspective of monitoring the trends and using the same information sources as your clients, even if you're not focused on studying those sources, but just having the general awareness. But I guess also the side aspect of that would be, yes, Samcart is an amazing tool as well that I shared in this example. Have your radar out for it on behalf of your potential clients. One area where that's really coming into play in my experience is where Infusionsoft clients are wanting to marry up Samcart e-commerce and checkout pages with their Infusionsoft campaigns. Another opportunity area where that's going to start to come up is Drip email marketing, which has just been acquired by Lead Pages recently. That also has the potential to marry up with Samcart really nicely to provide excellent both email marketing and e-commerce functionality. Right now, when I'm recording this, there isn't a direct integration between Drip and Samcart. They integrate via Zapier, but I believe because the Samcart team are actually just migrating their own company into Drip for email marketing at the moment, that it's very much a priority on their feature development cards to have a direct integration between Samcart and Drip. So that wasn't the point of the video there, but I felt the need to mention that for virtual assistants, established freelancers watching this, to have your radar out for those opportunities with clients or clients that are starting to ask for these types of tool changes or support services with migration, etc. And yeah, I really hope that helps. Keep your eye out for the trends, and when a new tool comes on board, you don't necessarily have to jump onto it, but just having some general awareness of it, even if it's down to, okay, well, who is good at that tool that if a client asks for it, I could refer them on for that service. I really hope that helps in terms of sharing my thought process around paying attention to the industry and how you can take advantage of it. All right, talk soon, guys.